So let's go back to the press conference. The big news came out. Conor versus Eddie Alvarez. How do you see that fight?
Probably Conor. He's actually bigger than Alvarez. Like I'm gonna take Conor just because I think he's huge for 45. He's pretty big for 55 too. He's actually bigger than Alvarez. So, and his entire game is when he has the range, when he's able to hit you from farther away than you can hit him. He seems pretty dominant.
He's good. Yeah, I mean, it's all the speculation and rumors of, is this guy just talk or is he the real deal? He is the real deal. Conor McGregor knows how to fight.
Yeah, definitely. He's a bad guy. So
when you look at him versus Eddie, though, it's very interesting because Eddie is lightning fast. Eddie doesn't get tired. Eddie's got a ton of experience. I mean, Eddie's the world champion. There's no way around that. Conor, also the world champion. There's no way around that. What Eddie keeps talking about, though, is that if push comes to shove, he could take Conor down and beat him up, and there's nothing Conor could do about it. Eddie keeps saying that. The only problem with that, tell me where I'm wrong, the only problem with that, though, is Eddie, and he is a great wrestler. He's got a whole toolbox of wrestling. Lewis, I've never seen him use it. I've been with Eddie Alvarez from back in the day. You were probably in high school. There used to be an organization called Bodog. It was great.
Oh, I remember that.
Eddie and I had so much fun. We traveled all over. I mean, we were doing shows in Russia. We were doing shows in Costa Rica. We were doing shows in Canada. I got to know Eddie really well, though. He was always bragging about his wrestling. I know his wrestling coaches. They all brag about his wrestling. Lewis, I've never seen him use wrestling in a fight. I mean, he just used his hands to beat RDA in a big upset and to grab the title. So does Eddie reach into the well, if you will, and bring out the wrestling against Conor? Because it's what he says he's going to do.
Well, I mean, I don't know. He might be just trying to throw Conor off because, you know, you fake the shot and then Conor's really expecting it. Now he's going to throw the overhand. It could be all mind games. He might actually do it, but I'd expect him to go for that later as opposed to earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like that I feel like wrestling for Eddie would be more of a late round key, not really like something early, because when it's early and Conor's fresh and stuff, you'll be able to gauge the distance well. But if it goes into the later rounds, I definitely see him pulling out some wrestling tricks.
So take Nurmagomedov, by example, who arguably is the best fighter in the world. I mean, at your weight class, at 135, at 45, at 50, it's an argument. Somebody has the belt, but there's always an argument. You know, you guys are so good, it's so deep. I always argue there's 10 John Joneses in those weight classes. You know, that's where the real athletes and the talent are.